And today I'd like to talk about my cherry trees. I don't talk a lot about my cherry trees because, well, I haven't got any ripe cherries off them so far. But this last year I did have them set cherries. Unfortunately, due to the storms and stuff, all the cherries got knocked off. But here's a look right now. These are my three main ones. Here to the far right is a Utah Giant. There's the middle one is a Vans, and this guy over here is Craig's Crimson. And I had the Vans. I had this one set fruit this year, and the Craig's Crimson, they cross-pollinated with each other. I probably got around 500 chill hours this year, but it was I got a lot early on, and then we kind of had a long kind of warm period, and then we got a freeze right to the end, like in March or something. Kind of hurt my trees. And I also have a nice big, this one's a Royal Lee right here, and this one over here is a Mini Royal. And then I've got a lot of kind of smaller cherry trees in here. A lot of Royal Rainiers. That guy over there is a Royal Crimson. This guy right here, you can see because this area right here is low. And I had a lot of water that kind of gathers right here. It kind of runs through the back of my yard here. So this guy got overwatered and unfortunately ended up dying. But a lot of these guys right here, these 5 big ones, they're on Colt rootstock. I got that because of the soil. They're supposed to do better in heavy clay soils. As you can see, I mulch heavily here. I got a lot of mulch down. And when I planted my cherry trees, I actually mixed my dirt, which I don't normally do that. I mixed it with cow manure and with peat moss, because I just like the way that works with my clay soil. I've tried that in a few other areas. And so that was just one of the different things I did with the cherries. And people say you don't want to put cherries in areas that flood or get waterlogged, because unlike other trees, cherries tend to never recover from getting overwatered. At least that's what I've been told. Now also, the other thing I've learned is that cherries tend to produce their fruiting wood in the later summers. Right now we're in mid-July, and you can see I still like the foliage I have in my trees. Yeah, they produce their fruiting wood in the later summer, so I like to kind of make sure my trees aren't struggling come later summer, especially the cherries, which you can already see I do have a little bit of trouble with my Mini Royal here. He's kind of struggling a little bit. You can see how the leaves are curled. And these little guys right here, they were planted last year, and they're planted on Mazard rootstock. And just in general, one thing I've noticed, at least maybe it's because I just have the clay soil, a heavy clay soil, but I've noticed for me, the cherries grow a lot slower than the other trees, and that's one of the reasons I haven't got any fruit off them yet. I do keep them well watered. I kind of have them in this pretty fertile ground, honestly, because I mix the soil. This ground's actually pretty fertile. In fact, you can see I actually grow other stuff back here too. I grow, these are pumpkins back here. I've got a little pumpkin kind of set on here. Right there. Down there. But this guy right here is the Royal Crimson. You can see he's definitely struggling. And in my area, because I've always heard about the low chill cherries, Mini Royal and Royal Lee, in my area they don't cross. They don't bloom at the same time, so they can't cross-pollinate with each other. But this Royal Crimson, it looks like it comes out earlier than even Mini Royal. Normally Mini Royal is the earliest one to come out for me, and he'll bloom, and then I'll have Royal Lee bloom right after that one. In this case, Mini Royal, you can see he's too small right now to even set any flowers, but he sets earlier than this Mini Royal. I can tell by the time he bud breaks. So I should have him to cross-pollinate with my Mini Royal, but unfortunately Royal Lee is going to be kind of left out on his own. And these trees, when I got them, they were pretty well thick. And you can see these ones have nice bases on them. Nice thick bases. And yeah, I kind of keep them planted close to each other right here to kind of create their own little kind of microclimate there and kind of shade each other a little bit. But the good thing about it is once they start to flower, their blooms only get more intense as they go. They tend to keep building off the same bloom. So next year I should have even more bloom on it as long as everything goes right. So hopefully this year the weather will be more cooperative and I won't have like a strong rainstorm, and we also had a little bit of flooding, and yeah, it was just a late frost. It was a rough year for us, but we still got some fruit, and hopefully we'll get a little bit more fruit. I'm sorry, my camera seems to be kind of glitching up here, but I do thank you guys for watching, and please let me know if you have any more questions or any comments. Thank you so much. Until next time.